Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth. Today I'm going to talk about comparison and contrast with my amazing partner, Ruth. This is our table of contents. Let's start from Chapter 1, Introduction. For cartoon and animation lovers, manga and anime are often well-known terms. However, not everyone is familiar with them. Alright, no worries. You'll understand the differences between them after watching this video. Most of you might not know the exact difference between manga and anime. The motivation of our research is to find out teenagers' perception about manga and anime. These are our research questions. Our first research question is, can the 8th graders in Lisan Junior High School differentiate manga from anime? This is a very basic question. I really hope that most of them know the answer. Our next question is there any impact of anime and manga among the 8th graders in Lisan Junior High School? I hope there isn't any negative impact. And our final question is, do parents support their children to enjoy anime or manga? Well, I won't tell you the answers, but my partner, Ruth, will. Let's move on to Chapter 2, Literature Review. It's where my partner and I spend the most time. We spend half a year gathering information regarding anime and manga. In this slide, you can see the two pictures about the original manga of Japanese comic books, haiku. To put it simply, manga refers to Japanese comic books. Next, the two pictures are of haiku. The reason is that most anime is based on manga. Anime refers to Japanese animation. Here are the advantages for manga. First, manga can also create commercial products. Second, manga can be good learning material for Japanese language learners. Third, the content of manga is equivalent to comic books. Last but not least, the difficult content is made easy to understand. Now let's take a look at the disadvantages of manga. First, manga has only white and black color. This is why manga has less visual aids than anime. Besides, sometimes there are too many conversations that can be confusing and tedious in manga. About the advantages and disadvantages of anime, I'll say, first, the storyline is helpful for Japanese language learners. Second, Japanese anime has its own unique style of animation. They have original concepts. They are so creative. Third, Japanese designs and artworks are put into every background and scene. Fourth, you will develop a good imagination. You'll think of yourself as an action movie. And lastly, you may develop a good attitude, self-awareness, self-discipline, and many more positive traits. Well, there are still some disadvantages of anime. Some of the audience might get addicted to it like drugs. Others might become violent after watching it. Besides, there are similarities and differences between manga and anime. Let's take a look at the similarities first. First, they both have unique visual styles. Second, they have exaggerated facial features. Alright, let me tell you the differences. Manga can be more original, because most of the animes are based on manga. However, anime has more visual aids. About our methodology, we not only designed a questionnaire but also decided the most ethical way of looking for information we needed was to ask permission to talk to the teenagers about it. Then, we collected the response and analyzed them to make our conclusion.
Chapter 4, Results and Discussion. Hello, I'm Ruth. Let me show the results of our questionnaire and interviews about the 8th graders' thoughts about anime and manga in my school to you. Here is question 1. Do you know the formats of anime? 87.3% of the students answer videos. Only 5.5% think that anime refers to comic books or graphic novels. To our surprise, 7.3% of the students are not sure whether anime refers to comic books or movies. Question 2. Do you know the format of manga? A majority of students are aware that manga refers to comic books or graphic novels, while around 3.6% think that manga refers to videos or movies. Only 5.5% of the students aren't sure if manga refers to comic books or movies. Let's take a look at question 3. Which one was released first in Demon Slayer? Anime or manga? A little more than half of the students think anime came out first, while 40.7% of the students think manga came out first. Which one has better visual aids, manga or anime? A little more than half of the students chose anime alone, while 31.5% of the students said both. Only 5% of the students chose manga. The last 7.4% of the students chose neither of them. Question 5. Which is better for you to understand the plot, anime or manga? Nearly 30% of the students prefer anime, but 16.2% of the students prefer manga. Almost half of the students chose them both, and the rest of the students showed the answer no to them both. Next, do watching anime or reading manga affect your academic performances? Almost 70% of the students said it had no effect, but 30% of the students said yes. Question 7. Do watching anime or manga make it difficult for you to face reality in the real world? Most students don't think so, but a small portion of students think that it does give them a hard time fitting into the real world. Do you feel like finishing your homework more quickly to make more time to enjoy manga or anime afterwards? Only 30% of the students do so. Yet, nearly 70% of the students don't. Do your parents support your enjoyment of manga or anime? From the pie charts, a large majority, around 92.3% of the students' parents support them to do so, while 7.7% of the students' parents don't. Elizabeth and I wanted to know the reasons for parents' consent following the previous question 9, so we interviewed our classmates. Most of the students' parents agree with their children to enjoy anime or manga on one condition. If their children won't get addicted to it, they are free to do so. A large group of parents think it is just a hobby for their children to release daily pressure. However, few parents think that it is a waste of time and has a bad influence on their children. Last but not least, according to the thoughts we gathered from our research, most students agree that in their free time enjoying anime or manga is a nice leisure activity. Besides, some of the students believe that anime and manga can increase their imagination. Wow, time flies! Here comes our conclusions. First, we can see that anime and manga are so common currently that most of the students can differentiate the formats of anime and manga. However, there are only a few students who can't. We think those who can't might be confused about the Chinese terms because manga, 漫画, and anime, 动漫, share the same Chinese letter man. Second, 70% of the students enjoy manga or anime as a positive leisure activity. They don't think there is any negative impact. The possible reasons are as follows. First, most of the students enjoy manga and anime in their free time, not in class, which proves that they are able to balance their schoolwork and entertainment. Second, Enjoying anime or manga can help students release pressure from schoolwork. They believe it to be a good way to release pressure. Third, anime and manga can help them make friends in school because of the common topics. Alright, the last conclusion of our research is that the 8th graders' parents support them to enjoy manga or anime on one condition. If they won't get addicted to it, they are free to do so. To sum up, most of the parents give their children autonomy to use their free time as they wish. Sentiments. At first, I thought the project was very difficult, but thanks to my partner Liz, we made it at last. With lots of hard work, we figured out our own ways to solve problems and fix mistakes. Besides, this is a great opportunity for us to improve our communication skills. These are our references. Thanks for listening.